Once again, a very good morning to you all. Thank you so much for joining us today. On behalf of Noventic 7Cs Technology, I would like to welcome you for today's webinar on hybrid cloud management with Azure Arc and secure multi-cloud services. In this webinar, we'll explore how organizations can simplify operations, enhance security, and unify governance across hybrid and multi-cloud environments. Before we begin, just a quick note, there will be a Q&A session at the end of the webinar, so you can just feel free to post your questions in the chat box. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce you our speaker for the day, Mr. Malcolm, our cloud engineer. He has 10 plus years of IT industry experience and is currently working as a cloud engineer at Noventic 7Cs Technology. His expertise lies in building and supporting IT solutions that derive efficiency, scalability, and innovation. With that, I'll hand it over to Malcolm to take us through today's session. Over to you, Malcolm. Hi, Malcolm. Actually, we cannot hear you. You're not audible.
Hello. It's
Yeah,
now
yes.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
now
so
it's okay.
okay, I'm sorry everyone. So again, uh thank you Ruia for that introduction and good morning everyone. Thank you for allotting some time for this webinar for you to attend this one. So on behalf of Noventic 7C Technology, I am also with my colleague not still not audible. Ruia, am I clear
I
now?
think I
I
can
think
hear
we can
you.
hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, let's moving forward. So I have also my colleagues here to join me. So if you have some questions or queries, just as mentioned by Ruia, just type in on the chat box and one of my colleagues also will help us. So you can also understand if you have queries. So I have here Savio and Varun on this call to help us. If I missed, might be on your queries on your chat box, so they will respond to you on that one. Okay, so I will not take much of your time. So let's move forward. So again, we will have the hybrid cloud management with Azure Arc and secure multi-cloud services for customers. So here will be our agenda or for this morning. So we will further dive to extending Azure Anywhere, an overview of Azure Arc, enhancing security and compliance, key hybrid and compliance, uh, and multi-cloud services, governance, security, and operational efficiency, customer use cases, and the current Azure Arc services. Okay, so Azure Arc, if not everyone knows, so Azure Arc is a Microsoft hybrid and multi-cloud management service. Okay, that extends Azure's management, governance, and security capabilities to resources running outside of Azure. So such as on-premises servers, edge devices, or other clouds like AWS or Google Cloud. Okay, with Azure Arc, businesses can centralize governance with tools like Azure Policy and Azure Monitor, apply consistent security and compliance standards across environments, deploy and manage Azure services such as SQL, Kubernetes, or app services on any infrastructure. So it means that this gives IT teams a single pane of glass to operate a truly hybrid and multi-cloud environment, increasing uh, increasing agility while maintaining control and compliance. So in short, Azure Arc is about extending the power of Azure anywhere your data and applications reside. Okay. So now that we've seen what Azure Arc is, so let's explore its core capabilities. So it's the real value it brings. So it will be the real value it brings to hybrid and multi-cloud management into your organization as well. So first, as you can see on your screen, the unified resource management. So what it is? So Azure Arc enables a centralized management plane for all your resources. So whether they are on-premise, in Azure, or across or other clouds like AWS or Google Cloud, as I've mentioned. So from one single portal, you can discover, organize, and manage everything seamlessly, just as if it were native to Azure. So uh, just a second. Oh, okay. So through this centralized approach, so IT teams or your IT teams can view all resources in one place. So no need to go to this interface to manage this resource and then go to another interface to manage this one. So with Azure Arc, you can view all resources in one place. So regardless of where they actually run. So you can also apply consistent governance and security policies if you want to deploy or reconfigure your configurations in your infrastructure. So using Azure Policy and Azure Defender. So you can also automate operations through tools like Azure Automation, Monitor, and Update Management. Okay, and across hybrid and multi-cloud setups. So for example of the multi-cloud management would be, for example, you are a firm that runs workloads on AWS, EC2, Google Cloud, and Azure. So with Azure Arc, they can tag or you can tag the group and organize all resources centrally and enforce one unified security baseline across every environment. So no need to configure policies for example, for AWS, for Google Cloud, and with Azure. So for this one, so you can group and organize all of them, send resources centrally, so you can enforce or you can implement policy security baselines across your environments as well. So, in other terms, would be Azure Arc is like a smart home system for your IT. Okay, so one control panel to manage everything. So no matter who made it or where it lives, so as long as you know how to operate or do your infrastructure, so you can manage your resources in one place. So it will be a more efficient work task. So and it will also increase your productivity as well rather on as I mentioned before go rather than going through to different interfaces to manage your resources. So Azure Arc is there, so it will centrally manage your resources as well. Next would be governance and security. So Azure Arc extends Azure's governance and compliance tools. So like Azure Policy, Defender for Cloud, and role-based access control or RBAC, okay? And across all connected environments. So this will ensure that your workload in your organization remains secure, compliant, and consistently managed no matter where they run. So, in Azure Arc also, and it ensures that every connected resource, whether it's on premises or in Azure or in another cloud infrastructure, follows the same compliance, security, and access control standards you are implementing in your organization. So by extending Azure's governance capabilities, so like Azure Policy, as we mentioned before, Microsoft Defender for Cloud, or role-based access control or so it gives you as an IT administrators a single consistent framework to enforce organizational rules and protect assets no matter where they are hosted. So if you have any concerns, just let us know on the chat box. Just type in your questions or your queries, and we will try to get back on that one, or my colleague also will respond to you on the chat box as well. So moving forward, so now we'll go to Kubernetes and data services support and Azure services anywhere. So uh, on this part, so the Kubernetes and data services support, so it allows you to manage Kubernetes clusters and deploy Azure data services such as SQL managed instance or PostgreSQL, hyperscale anywhere. So this will give your organization consistent operations and scalability across diverse infrastructures. Okay, it will also extend your Azure's management and operational capabilities. So whether on premise, in edge environments or other clouds. So So you can also apply GitOps-based configuration management to ensure all clusters follow the same deployment standards. So you can also use Azure Monitor, Azure Policy, and Defender for containers for consistent observability and security as well. And with Arc-enabled data services, so you can also run the Azure SQL managed instance or Azure database for PostgreSQL hyperscale anywhere, including your data center or edge locations. So you can get Azure-like automation, scalability, and updates on your infrastructure you control. You can also operate in disconnected or intermittently connected environments. So data services continue running locally while syncing management and telemetry to Azure when connected. So example would be running data services on premises. So what I can give an example, for example, a financial institution must keep customer data within national borders for compliance. So as we all know, we live here in the Emirate with the strict compliance uh, guidelines for every organization, especially uh, here on our sample with the financial institution. So they need to comply with the national border guidelines for this one. So with Azure Arc enabled SQL managed instance, so they can deploy SQL MI in their on-prem data center and then manage it from the Azure portal. So that includes scaling, patching, monitoring, and then the result would be Azure's managed database benefits, but data stays local and compliance. So if your organization wants, your data will only be here in the Emirate, especially with some of my encounters with our clients. So especially if they are in the government, so they want their data only stays here in the Emirate for security and uh, of course primarily will be for security purposes as well. And then so Azure Arc conducts your distributed Kubernetes and data services like a master conductor. So keeping everything in harmony across locations. Finally, with Azure Arc, you can run services on any infrastructure. So from your data center to the edge, bringing cloud innovation and automation closer to where your data lives. So in summary, okay, Azure Arc brings the full power of Azure, its management, security, and services to wherever your workloads resides. So uh, this means you can run key Azure services, for example, like Azure App, Azure Apps services, Azure Functions, Logic Apps, Azure SQL Managed Instance on any infrastructure, on premise or at the edge or in other clouds such as AWS or Google Cloud. Here you can see on your screen with the will be the Azure architecture and components. So we will have one would be the Azure Resource Management, Resource Manager or our ARM extensions. So the ARM extensions are the backbone of hybrid resource management. So they allow IT teams or your IT teams to manage servers, excuse me, databases and Kubernetes clusters from a single unified control plane in Azure. So through ARM extensions, you can gain centralized visibility and inventory across all resources. So you can apply Azure policies and role-based access control to non-Azure resources, automate operations, monitoring, and updates across hybrid and multi-cloud setups. So for example, a company can enforce security policies and tagging across both Azure VMs and on-premises servers simultaneously. So uh, ensuring compliance and operational consistency within their organization. So ARM extensions are like um, universal adapters. Okay, so connecting all your hybrid devices to one centralized power source, the Azure portal. So as we mentioned before, uh, on the earlier part of our discussions, so it will keep you intact and productive. So instead of looking for different screens or different or accessing different interfaces or portals, so everything will be managed uh, in the uh, in the Azure portal. So think of ARM extensions as connectors that let non-Azure resources speak Azure. So, uh, in other terms, so the other services or the non-Azure services can speak the language that Azure understands. So they will now speak as an Azure or in one language. So they all will be seamlessly integrated, giving them all the same management, monitoring, and security capabilities as native Azure resources. Okay, the next one will be the connected machines. So connected machines are on-premise or external servers, so registered with Azure Arc. So they can be either Windows or Linux servers running anywhere. So what the key benefits include would be centralized monitoring and management from the Azure portal, uniform application of compliance and security policies, integration with Azure services like update management, automation, and security center. So one of the example would be, for example, an organization with hundreds of on-premise servers, they can manage them all from Azure without migrating workloads to the cloud. So connected machines are like smart appliances. So reporting status and following commands from central smart home hub. So with on this context, no, connected machine. So it's just like the technology that nowadays, Alexa, for example, the Alexa or uh, uh, open lights, those kinds of instructions. So it's just like they're all connected or those smart machines. So it will be all connected on one instruction. So reporting status and following commands from a central smart home hub. So by connecting machines to Azure Arc, same with that example on the like smart appliances. So your IT teams can manage them with the same operational and security standards as Azure native resources. Moving forward, sorry, okay, this slide. So for Kubernetes clusters, so Azure Arc also enables management of any Kubernetes cluster where hosted on premises in Azure or in other cloud like AWS or GCP. Okay, with Azure Arc enabled Kubernetes, you can apply centralized configuration and policies via GitOps. So you can also monitor cluster health, scale up the applications, and deploy updates with Azure tools. Maintain also consistent of orchestration or of applications across your environments as well. So for example, uh, a retail company manages multiple Kubernetes clusters in regional data centers. So, so while ensuring security, compliance, and monitoring from Azure. So Azure Arc is like a conductor coordinating orchestras. So every cluster plays in harmony no matter where it is located. So for example, you have a branch offices, uh, either might be here in the Emirates or in other countries. So although they are in different locations, so no matter where it is located, you are all in harmony. So you are all in sync. So if you deploy some policies or configurations for this branch, so you can also apply it, or it will be applied also to your entire organizations. Okay. So Azure ensures that the distributed clusters behave consistently, and it will enable smooth operations and governance across hybrid and multi-cloud environments. Next one will be the data services integration. So it integrates data services such as Azure SQL Managed Instance and PostgreSQL Hyperscale into hybrid environments. This integration allows cloud-like management of databases where on-prem in Azure or other clouds. So automated updates, scaling, and high availability without moving data. It can also support for hybrid analytics and compliance, ensuring regulatory requirements are met. So, since we mentioned regulatory, so one would be we know that that are very compliant in terms of the regulatory or regulations here in the Emirates. For example, a bank. Okay, a bank runs SQL managed instances on premises for compliance reasons, while managing them through the same Azure tools used for cloud databases. Uh, Azure Arc enabled data services are like mobile data centers, giving you full cloud capabilities wherever your data lives. So, with this, organizations can enjoy the benefits of cloud managed data services anywhere without having to migrate workloads or compromise compliance as well. Okay. So for on-premise integration, so Azure Arc brings Azure's management, governance, and security capabilities through to traditional on-premises data centers. So your IT teams can manage servers, applications, in data just like they would in Azure without moving, as mentioned, without moving workloads to the cloud. So on-premise integration is like giving your traditional data center a cloud-shaped dashboard, manage everything centrally without moving it to the cloud. So your existing on-prem infrastructure becomes part of the unified Azure ecosystem. So you can enforce policies, monitor performance, and apply security consistently across all your servers in your organization. Edge location integration. So Azure Arc enables also integration with edge locations, allowing computing and data processing to occur closer to users. So this reduces latency and improves performance for applications that need real-time data processing. So this one, I believe it goes especially if you have systems that runs in AI. So this one is like you need the real-time data processing. So whenever you inquire or prompt for an for in your AI or in your infrastructure, you need real-time data processing and all other infrastructure that needs real-time data processing. So edge inte- edge integration is like placing a mini cloud right where the action happens. So faster, closer, and more responsive. So by connecting edge devices and servers to Azure Arc, organizations can deploy applications and process data locally while still managing everything centrally through Azure. Multi-cloud environment support. So Azure Arc allows organizations to manage workloads across multiple public clouds, uh, such as AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure. But using a single control plane, as we mentioned also before. So this ensures consistent governance, security, and operations everywhere. And then multi-cloud support is like having one universal remote. So you control all your cloud from a single panel. So it also eliminates the complexity of managing different clouds separately. So you can apply policies, monitor resources, and automate operations consistently across all environments from Azure. Next up would be the Microsoft Secure Multi-Cloud Services. So it provides organizations with a comprehensive security and compliance framework across multiple cloud platforms. So it integrates uh, threat detection, policy enforcement, identity management, and continuous monitoring to protect workloads and ensure regulatory compliance regardless of where they run. Uh, this is like a central security command center. So it watches over all your clouds and keeping them safe uh, under one roof. So, oh, a second. So businesses can enforce consistent security policies. They can also detect and respond to threats in real time and maintain compliance across Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, and other hybrid environments, all from a unified platform. So it simplifies multi-cloud security management, reduces risk, and gives your IT team confidence that their workloads are protected everywhere. Let's skip that one. Okay, and this one. So, uh, continuous compliance assessment. So security compliance and governance features. So one of the features would be unified security management across clouds. So under it would be the continuous compliance assessment, advanced threat detection, policy enforcement, and governance frameworks. Continuous compliance assessment. So it continuously monitors and evaluates your systems to ensure they meet industry regulations and internal standards. It also helps your organization detect gaps in compliance before they become risk. So it will be a proactive approach. So before something seriously happens, so it will give you already a notification ahead. So or an assessment ahead before it becomes a risk in your organization. So continuous compliance is like having a watchful eye or watchful auditor always checking your books in real time. So that is good, right? So whenever you have this kind of uh, in place in your organization or in your infrastructure, you will not have to worry anything because you know that 24 by 7 there is a system that is continuously checking uh, your system in real time. So it continuously also checks all your connected resources, whether in Azure or other clouds or on premises, ensuring compliance are always up to date or in real time. Next one would be the advanced threat detection. So it uses intelligent systems and machine learning to detect unusual activities, vulnerabilities, or attacks across your environments and help mitigate threats in real time. So advanced threat detection is like a having security camera not only spots intruders but alerts you instantly and locks the doors. So once a threat or an imminent threat is detected, so it will alert your organization or your team, and it will have a proactive approach or a preempt approach, and it locks the doors or puts some limitations or um, blockage, or it depends on which resources. So it will lock or stop that one to prevent that imminent threat. So once you've confirmed, okay, if this is a positive threat, then you can take action and you can proceed. But if it's not, then you can uh, at least you have been alerted, so you can further check. So what is this unusual activity in our infrastructure? So you can further check on it if it's legitimate, if it's a legitimate action or process or not, so you can take action accordingly. Policy enforcement. So it implements and maintains security policies to ensure security and maintain security and operational policies to ensure organizational standards are consistently applied across all environments. So it's like traffic lights for your IT systems. So keeping everyone moving safely and following the rules. So without these rules or without this policy, uh, everything will be chaos. So that's why we need to enforce this kind of policies in our organization, in our infrastructure, to uh, to be a guide to everyone using the system or on the processes. So it will ensure that every cloud transactions in your infrastructure in hybrid resource or any hybrid resource, it will comply on your defined policies. So it will reduce misconfigurations and also I believe everyone will agree, improve operational consistency. So who wants an operation the inconsistency? So we want everything done with consistency. So if this one is of or is if this process works, then let's apply it to different process that it can be. So you will have a operational consistency as well. Next one would be governance frameworks. Okay, it will provide structured guidelines and standards to manage compliance, security, and operational practices, especially in regulated industries. So, it's like governance frameworks are like the blueprint for a building. So it will guide you in every action to ensure safety and compliance. So whenever we, for best example would be before we deploy, for example, a system in our organization, we need a blueprint of it. We need the step by step, or in technical terms, we need a phase. For example, phase one, phase two, phase three, phase four, and then production. So every step of the way, we need to assure that everything is intact and working before we need to move on the next phase or on the next part uh, of your project or of your activity. So it will help your organization establish and enforce rules that align with regulatory requirements and best practices as well. So, for example, in phase one, you see a loophole or something is not right. So you can act accordingly and adjust whatever that needs to be adjusted. Because sometimes whenever we create uh, these phases, we might overlook some small details, but sometimes that small details will affect everything on the process or on our timeline. So with this one, with these guidelines, we can check clearly on this one and mitigate any further issues as we go on our timelines or projects as well. So hybrid cloud management at scale. So it refers to the strategies, tools, and practices that organizations use to efficiently operate, secure, and optimize workloads across multiple environments. So automation in hybrid cloud. So in managing a large scale hybrid environments, combining on-premises systems, Azure and other cloud platforms can quickly become a complex and time-consuming. So automation helps reduce manual effort by enabling tasks like provisioning, configuration, updates, patch management, and scaling to happen automatically across all connected resources. So this will uh, uh, reduce also the uh, manual efforts. So we can configure updates and we automatically all connected to environment. So with Azure Arc and supporting tools like for example Azure Automation and Azure Monitor, your organizations can maintain personal operational consistency while minimizing human error and improving efficiency. So once we already set, okay, this will be our guidelines, all is already intact, then we can do the automation and then we can minimize already the human error on that part. So, uh, and we can also, if this one works, then we can apply it on the next stage or on the next phase of our project or on our timeline and minimize the human error as I mentioned before. So, for instance, an enterprise can automate night backups across Azure VMs and on-prem servers, deploy patches simultaneously or trigger alerts automatically when performance thresholds are reached, all without manual intervention. So especially on these nightly backups, no, I remember during the early days. So I will just not mention any more the dates. So uh, uh, I on my old companies or the one that I worked before, we are doing the manual backups of everything. So we do have this every night we do this backing up of our systems in backup tapes and then bring it out of the premises. So on this one. So since we are all moving on a different level now, all are going to cloud. So this one can automate this tedious task, nightly backups across all of your systems. So Azure VMs and on-prem servers. So you can eliminate again the human errors. Also, all without manual intervention. So you can just once everything is running, you will just have to monitor that everything is uh, all good. So uh, you just wait on the result for this process. So automation in hybrid cloud is like using autopilot for your IT operations. So it keeps everything running smoothly while you focus on your bigger journey or on bigger task ahead of you. So those small tasks that you can have set in automation. Uh, so instead of doing that, for example, that we've mentioned on the nightly backup. So instead of doing it, so you can automate that part, and then you can do other important tasks in your organizations. Uh, yeah, for example, you just need to uh, monitor if everything is fine. So automation allows your IT teams to manage thousands of resources as easily as managing a few. So as we all know, as the organization grows, might be the complexity of the infrastructure, the systems will be there. So with automation, it allows you to manage those resources. I Is just as comparing it into easily managing a few. So it will ensure the reliability, speed, and reduce operational costs as well. So on the next two slides, we will have a case study, for example, sampling the Azure Arc. So here, for manufacturing industry multi-cloud management. So in this case study, a global manufacturing company operated across multiple cloud platforms. So Azure for enterprise systems, AWS or IoT data processing, and Google Cloud for analytics. So managing security and compliance across these environments, as I mentioned, the Azure enterprise system, the AWS, and Google Cloud, it is a complex and time consuming. By implementing uh, Azure Arc, the company was able to integrate its security posture across all clouds. So it all integrates. So this integration provided centralized visibility, unified policy enforcement, and coordinated threat protection. So all that we've mentioned before, this global manufacturing company, when they implemented Azure Arc, so it provided them centralized visibility, uh, unified policy and information, and coordinate threat protection. So ensuring they have the security controls and compliance standards were consistently applied across every platform in their organization. So, for instance, uh, the company could detect anomalies in IoT sensor data on AWS and correlate that with access logs in Azure. Okay, and identifying the potential security threats instantly through a single dashboard. So no need to, as mentioned before, no need to go to other portals or other interfaces to check on this one to verify. So everything will be monitored in a single dashboard. So multi-cloud security integration is like building one security fence that protects all your factories no matter which city they're in, or in our part, your branches. So no matter which city they're in, they are all, you can securely integrate your policies as well on security policies. Okay, this integration allowed this company to maintain consistent security and compliance across diverse platforms, something that was nearly impossible before Azure Arc were introduced. It unified their security, visibility, and significantly reduced the risk of overlook vulnerabilities and human error as well. Next will be from the banking sector. So banking sector hybrid cloud adoption. So in this case, a leading banking institution adopted a hybrid cloud model to unify management across its on-premises data centers and multiple cloud platforms. So the bank needed to modernize its infrastructure uh, while maintaining full control, especially over sensitive financial data stored on premises. So as we all know, uh, bank informations is a very sensitive data. So every bank, especially here in the Emirates, uh, maintains the full security that they can give on their on these informations and data, especially the financial data. So by using Azure Arc, the organization achieved centralized management, consistent operations, and policy enforcement across both on-prem and cloud environments. So this hybrid approach provided the flexibility of the cloud while retaining the security and governance required for critical banking workloads. So, for example, the bank managed its on-premise core banking systems and Azure-based customer applications under one unified control plane. So IT teams could monitor performance, deploy updates, and enforce governance across all environments through the Azure portal. Hybrid cloud management is like running both your headquarters and branch offices from the same control or command center. So everything stays connected and under control. So you will have an overview on what is happening uh, on on your headquarters or on your branches or on your regional offices. So you will see since everything stays connected on and under one control. So the hybrid approach gave the bank agility without sacrificing control. So enabling modernization while ensuring the stability for mission critical operations as well. So these are the some of the Azure Arc services. Uh, so using Azure Arc for extended security updates, using Azure Arc for Defender for Cloud, and using Azure Arc enabled servers. So uh, that would be my part. Savio, do you have anything to add before we ask our colleagues as well if they have further questions? So we could move forward as well.
I think we're good to go. Now we can, if anyone has any questions, we can sort it out.
Okay. So everyone, thank you very much. So if you have questions, I think Rawia, can we unlock their microphones as well?
If they have any questions, I think they can
Yeah.
drop in the chat box.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone from you guys have one clarifications? Uh, so I think we have here which service is free for Azure Arc? Okay, let me just. This is
So I can
from
take, yeah, Malcolm, I
Fadisan.
will
Okay,
take this
yeah,
question.
yeah.
So there are multiple services which are free of services. So first of all, this Azure Arc enabled servers. So connect your on-premises or other any cloud servers, either Windows or Linux to Azure for the inventory, tagging, Azure policy compliances, basic level. So this is absolutely free. Another thing, Azure Kubernetes. Connect cluster for the visibility, inventory, basic governance without deploying any extensions. And then the Azure policies, which are the basic apply and audit policies on connected non-Azure resources. That is also free of cost. Azure resources graph and tag. View organize are connected resources like Azure native ones. Defender for cloud free tier is possible. Basic security posture along with the compliance data for Arc resources. So these are the absolutely free of service, free of charge.
Oh, thank you so much once again, everyone, for your time and participation. We hope this webinar helped you gain valuable insight on how Azure Arc and secure multi-cloud services can empower your organization to manage, secure, and innovate across hybrid and multi-cloud environments. It was great to have you all here and have a great day in ahead. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, everybody.
Bye all.
Thank you all. Thank you, Rawia.